Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Halal Crypto Investing. And today's video is about Celestia, part 2. In the last video, we looked at the project and potential price predictions. It was a few weeks ago, as you can see, and this was published on the 23rd of November. So since then, we have become more bullish on this. So keep watching this video if you'd like to know what makes us so bullish. I'm your host, Mujibul, on Halal Crypto Investing. And in the last bull cycle, I had a paper portfolio of 6 figures. And I say paper because that disappeared. So if you would like to learn from my mistake or see what not to do, then subscribe to this channel. So in the last video, I gave predictions around prices, and you can see here $27 as well as $109. So since recording this video on the 23rd of November, the price has done very well. So you can see today, the recording, at the moment, the price is around $13. So I'll do a revised figure on this and predictions and why I'm bullish for this going to these numbers or even more. I first came across this project a while back. I put videos in the last, I put links in the last video. So I read this report in February 2022. By Real Vision and Delphi Digital, and I actually forgot about it. So not forgot, but I was very aware and conscious of the project. I knew it was a fantastic project. Just in terms of the potential, I just missed out on it. So since then, the price has been shooting up, and I kind of took profits on it, and then I kind of revisited the thesis. And so here is a little thread. Again, I'll include this in the description. So this is predicting a $100 billion market cap potential. And on the new price prediction, I will use this as an estimate as well. So I will include this. And this goes into Celestia. It's a modular data availability network. So this thread describes certain opportunities that are there with Celestia. This is another thread. Pastry is an OG. He tweets about modular blockchains will be one of the hottest areas in 2024. Today, there is only one on the market, and its implication for the space could be massive. And so he talks about Celestia. So I'll include this in the link. Furthermore, I went back to Delphi's Twitter just to see what they'd been doing, and this was a tweet that they published on the 31st of October. When did Celestia come out? Let me double check here. You can see the project came out on the 31st of October. The price was at $2.4. How amazing this price was. So this is a lesson for myself. If there are projects that I come across, make a note of these and keep revisiting the thesis. On that note, there are 3 projects that I have come across, and the tokens are not out yet. So I'll do a video on this, and I'll name drop the 3 projects. One of them is Eigenlayer, the second one is Dimension, and the third one is Saga. So just I'll do a little video on that, inshallah. So Celestia, Delphi. Now, the other thing with Delphi and why this is so powerful is if Celestia gets product market fit, they will hopefully do another kind of report on this. And now in the last cycle, I bought Axie Infinity. I initially bought it at $0.4, and then it was just post bear market, sold it at a profit of 50% and then 100%. So 0.6 and 0.8. Unbelievable prices, I know. But anyway, after the project was released, Delphi did a report on Axie Infinity. And thereafter, Axie Infinity just went to the moon. As we know, Axie Infinity went to, can't remember if it was over $200 or not. Probably I should do a video on that. So $150. So if Delphi do another report, these things could happen again. So that's the power of having good VCs backing you, as well as getting a product market fit. With Axie, obviously it's a special case because it was COVID year, so there are a few different dynamics. But Celestia, again, it's the first in the market and a new project. Here's another article. So this came out on the 3rd of December. I've just recently discovered this. Again, this will be in the links, and it goes through the different things of Celestia, how it's got scaling technology, the good narrative around modular roll-ups, liquidity. What's going on here? And the key thing, this guy is obviously pumping his bag, so he is at least doing that. And Celestia is a utility, and he goes through these things. So you need a TIA for roll-ups, for staking, for bootstrapping, airdrops. So this is a little thing I'll come to shortly again, and monetary premium. So all these things sum up to TIA being modular money. So this is really important. Again, you can read the full article at your own leisure. So you've got modular money. In addition to that, this was a interview with Vitalik by the Defiant. And on this, Vitalik mentions one of the things that has happened with Ethereum is, and why it's slow is because of data availability. So I think EIP 4844 will make things better for Ethereum. But in the meantime, Ethereum is slow. So Celestia kind of works around that. In another interview, this is with Manta, who are going to be working with Celestia. In this interview, Mustafa, who is the one of the key people behind Celestia, he talks about how the fees if you compare the fees with Ethereum and Celestia for data availability, Celestia is 1/100th of that. So you have a huge saving in fees. So that's another little interesting thing. So all these little dots, are coming together, and connecting them makes me more bullish on this. And this is another kind of meta for this, if you like, current cycle, or for the next few months, which is airdrops. So this is Miles Dorsha. He's written an airdrop thread. Now in this, he's looking at other things, and one of them is the Celestia ecosystem. So people will be looking to buy Celestia because of the airdrops. And this is one very important thing. If people are buying Celestia and staking it, the supply of Celestia is going down, and roll-ups need Celestia, so the demand for Celestia is going up. So as the demand goes up and supply is less, there's only one thing that can happen with price. Price goes up. So this is what makes me very, very bullish on Celestia for the short term. So you've got the demand via airdrops. Now the demand will obviously go through cycles. There'll be a peak time and a trough time, and whenever there is an airdrop, the cycle will continue. So in terms of price, there will be fluctuations. Now I touched on briefly on the team previously. I'm not going to go into it because there are other videos there, and you can see here the team is good, an amazing team, and advisors. These are interesting. So as you know from the channel, I like to follow what VCs are doing. So I'll be doing following some of these VC companies and looking at their portfolios. So subscribe to the channel so that you are informed of what's going on in the crypto markets. And I've mentioned about Delphi being an investor. Jump Crypto, there was a comment I read on Twitter, or X rather, in terms of Jump Capital lost a lot of money on Wormhole, on the hack. And one of the things they will be doing is to recoup that money. So it's a kind of contrarian thinking that, bet on Jump, because whatever they're going to be doing, they will be making sure that they get their money back. So good VC companies, Delphi and so many others, Placeholder, Polychain. So you've got those kind of, dots and comments and connecting them. That's important. Now, unlocks, token unlocks. The first unlock will happen in 300 days' time. So that's important. So in my calculation, where are we? In my calculation, you've seen that I've done kind of some what are the token circulating supply of tokens. So at the moment, you can see here it's quite relatively flat. There are 267 million tokens that are out there, and then on the token unlock in November, tokens will be released. So you're jumping from 267 million to about 450 million. So for my other calculation, I'll be kind of looking at, rather than, going into the nitty-gritty numbers of unlocks, I'll kind of look at when I think the market may top, which could be next year, 2025, April time, something like that. So you're looking at about 650 million tokens. So I'll use that as an estimate. Let me double check here. 625 I've used. What else was I going to mention? So why are token unlocks important? Because now, before I forget, actually, the Solana example, maybe I'll do a video on Solana. So when I held Solana in the last cycle, I remember buying it around $3 or something like that. And then the token unlock happened. Now, because of that, I sold my Solana, and then I kind of forgot about it initially. I sold it because I thought with the release of tokens, the price will dump, venture companies will be taking profits. But that didn't happen with Solana. So with Celestia, it will be a similar kind of thing. It's going to be wait and see. If the price does not dump, then that means it's a very, very bullish case for Celestia. And the reason why it's bullish is because of this. So if we analyze Celestia a little bit more, you can see in the second private round, the price that investors bought it was at, where are we? Was at $1. Yeah. Lost my trail of thought there. So they bought it at $1, and it's currently at 13. So you can see there's a 13x that they've already made. In the private round, tokens were less than 10 cents, so 9.5 cents. So they're 143x. In the seed round, they bought it for pennies, or 1 cent. So they have made a return of 1,374, not percent, but X's. That's 137,358%. And so you can see if someone is not taking profits at that amount, they must be very, very bullish on it. And these are huge gains. And you can see the investors, Polychain, Halal, and so on. Delphi is there, Jump Crypto, Galaxy, and the seed investors. So again, I'll look to do a video on these investors. Some of these are new to me. KR1, I've not really heard about them, so I'll do a video and look at what they're doing, because this is smart money, people who've invested at such a low rate. So that's the tokenomics. So what are my price predictions now? So the other thing before I forget is coming back to the airdrops. It's not just about the price. When airdrops happen with Celestia, the airdrops give you an increase in your return. And the other thing that the airdrops for me will do is that good projects will be building on Celestia. And so if you are airdropped a token, that will help you kind of look into it further. This is one of the things that happens with staking Cosmos Atom. By staking Atom, you were airdropped here. So by doing that, it will open an eye out for new potential projects. And on that note, there'll be a video I'll be doing on Neutron, where which has got a lot of potential. So coming back to the price, so currently it's around 13.6. So I can change that to 13.6. So here we are. So I've used 146 million as the circulating supply. 145 and 46 million, yeah. So that's the same. And the current market cap is 1.9 billion. So if it goes to 4 billion market cap, it's $27, which is still which is a 200% return, which is not that great. And if it goes to $109, that's an 800% return, which is obviously much more lucrative. So that's very interesting now. So in terms of getting to $100, I'm much more confident on that. So all of the reasons stated, airdrops, modular money, and so on. And if you notice at the beginning of one of these tweets said that $100 billion market cap, I've put it in here, and I've used 625 million because I don't think it will happen just like that. It will take a long time. So by the time it will happen, I've kind of taken next year, 2025 May, and I've estimated 625 million tokens will be in circulation at a $100 billion market cap, means price per token will be $160. So that's a return of 1,000%. So what does it look like practically? 100 pounds becomes 200, or 800 pounds, or even 1,176. Now, how practical is it? What's the probability of it going to $160? It's crypto, so it's anything's possible. The confidence level for me is 50-50. I kind of looked at 16 billion, for it to go to 100 billion is a big jump. If the crypto market gets bigger, then obviously 100, which it's very likely to do in the bull market. So this is where that becomes more probable. So I've just put it there because of that tweet. But these are the figures I'm more kind of confident about. 800%. What if you invested £1,000? What does that look like? 1,000 becomes 2,000. 1,000 becomes 8,000 pounds. So similar to before, and my lessons from Thorchain, and just holding and not selling well. So if it goes to $100, these are the price points. 100, sell some at 100, sell some at 75, 50, and so on. So these are the price points. Now you could kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 selling points. So you could sell each batch, if you like, at those selling points. So you're kind of cashing out. These need to be changed actually, because I'm saying 100, 75, 50, and then 15 isn't really the point. So four selling points, price points. And if you add the 160, probably you could do 125 and then 150. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 selling points. And so as each milestone is hit, you can kind of sell it off, and you can do a calculation like that, whether it's £100 or £1,000 or whatever you want to invest in. So those are the price points that I would use. Now, what's my strategy? My strategy is actually, I've gone big in this. Now, I have allocated 50% on my allocation. I've actually bought at a higher price, around $13. So initially, my initial buy was around $6. I sold And now I realized, oops, what a mistake I made, as well as, just the whole seeing it at the beginning around these kind of prices. But this is the thing with crypto. Sometimes you just have to be fast, or, get your thesis ready, or build your conviction. So these things happen. I'm not, these are lessons next time. I just need to be ready for it. And so that's what I'll be doing when new tokens come out. So subscribe to the channel, look for the tokens that are going to be exciting. So my strategy is simply, I've gone in big. I've allocated 50% for my allocation of Celestia. And when it doubles in price, I'm going to take my initial out. That's going to be my first strategy. Now, why have I allocated 50% of my portfolio? What about the other 50%? Well, nobody knows the future, but with every halvening that takes place, there is a dip. So at the moment, Bitcoin is around $47,000, $45,000. So there are predictions that it will go down to around 30,000. And if that does happen, the price of Celestia will go down dramatically. And so that's where I'll deploy the second 50%. Now, why didn't I wait? Well, two reasons. One is FOMO. I've seen how this has just gone up. So now I've bought my allocation. I'm not, FOMOing. And yes, if it goes down, that's the price you pay. Volatility is the price you pay for making these gains. The other thing is also, being eligible for airdrops and things like that. So I'll be staking half of my Celestia. So I'll be staking half of it immediately, and the other half I will sell once the price has doubled. And why am I not doing more? Because I want to free up my capital. With the Axie Infinity example, again, I might do another video on this. I sold my whole allocation, whereas if I just, took my initial out, it would be a very different scenario. So this is my kind of prediction of Celestia. It will hopefully, inshallah, go to at least $110. Maybe it could go to $160. Again, the unlock is very important. Just before the unlock, I will be selling half of my allocation and seeing what happens. So in summary, just to kind of look at Celestia, I've become very bullish on it because of the thesis around modular money. Celestia is going to be modular money. In addition to that, it's got a use case where it's reducing fees of projects who are building on Cosmos as well as Ethereum. The airdrop is a big meta currently, and so that will drive hype around the project. So those things make me very bullish on Celestia. Now, also, it's a risk. So how do you mitigate the risk? Because it's not everything is not hunky-dory. Luna went to zero. How likely is it that Celestia is going to go to zero? It's got a great team and it's got great funders and so on. I don't see it having the kind of Ponzinomics that Luna had. So that's one thing. The other thing is it's a good team, so it's not going to be a rug pull. And the last thing is because it's got good fundamentals, hacking is an issue. So Thorchain got hacked and the price went down. This project, because of the fundamentals and how it is, I see it kind of continuing. And these kind of things, nobody knows the future. If they do happen, probably it would be a buy the dip kind of opportunity. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to get involved, then do email us and subscribe if you haven't. Assalamu alaikum.